Here we will see transaction properties in SQL Server. In database, data should remain integrated when any changes are done, because if the integrity of data is affected, whole data will get disturbed and corrupted. Therefore, to maintain the integrity of data, there are 4 properties described, which are known as ACID properties. ACID properties refer to a set of fundamental guarantees provided to ensure the reliability and consistency of data transactions. The transaction properties are referred as ACID, where A stands for atomicity, C for consistency, I for isolation, and D for durability. First, we'll see atomicity. Transactions include different SQL statements together. Atomicity is used to make sure that each transaction is treated as a set. In atomicity, transactions either get executed or failed. If any of the statement in the transaction fails, the whole transaction fails. Or if all the statements are executed successfully, then the transaction is successful. Atomicity prevents the updates to the database that are occurring partially. Following 2 operations are included in atomicity. Abort. If a transaction is aborted, then the changes made to the database are not reflected on the database. And commit. If a transaction is successful, then the data is affected in the database. Next is consistency. Consistency to be maintained in the database. So the data in the database is transferred from one valid state to another valid state. It refers to the correctness of the data. This property ensures that the database changes state only when a transaction will be committed successfully. Consistency also responsible for protecting data from crashes. For example, if an application transfers funds from one account to another, the consistency property ensures that the total value of funds in both the accounts is the same at the start and end of each transaction. Next is isolation. Isolation is used to ensure that multiple transactions that occur concurrently don't leave the database in an inconsistent manner. The transactions occurring do not interfere and get executed independently. Changes occurring in a particular transaction will not be visible to any other transaction until that particular change in the transaction is returned to the memory or has been committed. This property guarantees that all transactions are isolated from other transactions, meaning that each operation in the transaction is operated independently. It also ensures that statements are transparent to each other. Next is durability. Durability is used to ensure that once the data is committed, it will remain the same and not get affected by system failure. This usually means that completed transactions are recorded in memory. For example, in an application that transfers funds from one account to another, the durability property ensures that the changes made to each account will not be reversed.